I should have been streaming this as well on YouTube, but instead I've just been streaming only on Twitch. So let me go and stream this on YouTube. I'm gonna continue what I was talking about. Just give me a moment. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we have nowadays that make certain things that we have an evolutionary trait of. Either we have stuff nowadays that make certain evolutionary traits either obsolete, or we don't need it as much as we used to, because we have stuff that we have resources to that thing that we needed the evolution for. And also, another thing is that people often say, also, I'm going to kind of derail the conversation a bit, but I'll get back to it in a bit. And often people will say, well, where's proof of evolution? Look around you. Look at the people around you. Look at the animals around you. Look at all of that. Because fun little fact. I'm sorry, what? Okay. Fun little fact, evolution never stopped. It's still going to this day. It's still going to this day. Still going to this day. I'll get back to that in a bit. But anyway, back to the other what's it called? Other topic is that, yes, there are certain things that we have nowadays that make it so that certain evolutionary traits are either we don't need it as much as we used to, or not as important as it used to be, or it just became obsolete. Like, we don't need it anymore. So there's that. Yet we still, but the reason why I say that some of them we still need, reason why I'm not saying that, oh, some of them are just not as important anymore. The reason why is simply because, well, we still need them. There's still some of them that we need. Like, for example, the one I was talking about where I said that, where I said, hey, the one where we look more towards, like, bad stuff than we do good stuff, because it's an evolutionary trait where we would, it was a survival thing, so we would look towards the bad, we pay more attention to the bad stuff, so we wouldn't, can avoid it more. Right. That's one of them, because to this day we still need it, and honestly I think that, I honestly think that some people just don't have it anymore simply because evolution took it out of them, and the reason, and you can tell this by some people just being flat out ignorant in certain things. How is that not a stunt jump? There are certain people that just look at stuff and think, ha, yeah, I can totally survive that, or something like that, and something that's like, do not do this, it will kill you. Like, that's the thing. Like, we look towards stuff that we should look more towards stuff that needs to be, that if it seems dangerous, try, be wary of it, look at it, see if it is dangerous or not. See if it is dangerous or not. But just because you see a whole bunch of bad in the world does not necessarily mean that the entire world is bad. It's like if you were to look at it's like for this, this goes for both genders, by the way, so I'm gonna use both of them in this. It's like when somebody like when a girl dates a guy and the guy just turns out to be a jerk, and she just immediately goes on and says, oh, all men are evil, all men are horrible. Or if a guy goes in and dates a girl and she just turns out to be a jerk and he says all women are horrible. Well, when it doesn't matter which gender it is, that gender that you say that oh, all of them are horrible, they're gonna come in and say, no, you just haven't met the right person. But they're never gonna say that about the other gender, though. Okay, they're never gonna say that about the other gender, though, because really they just want, because that's just the thing. Hello. Hello. I was having a deep conversation with, well, second party. Yeah, unfortunately now that... Okay, come on! Yes? Okay, I'll be right down there. I'll be right back. Huh? What? I just got back. Okay. Anyway, back to the conversation at hand. The reason why people would say, no, you just haven't met the right person yet, or no, you just didn't do that, is often because people refuse to believe that that there can be any flaw in themselves or in the party of which they are a part of. So that's why you often hear, like, whenever someone says, like when somebody meets only one person from a certain gender, they will always say, oh yeah, all of insert of this gender is horrible. Or it would be the exact reverse. That's why. Yeah, but I was using gender as an example. I see. You can... This vehicle... Honestly, I got this far. Before... Not 3 minutes. I was actually streaming on Twitch, like, for about, like, 30 minutes before you got on. Yeah. Because it wasn't until like I started getting to like the deep conversation where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stream on YouTube as well. No, because it was mostly because, well, I was having a deep conversation, so I was like, you know what, nah, I have 2 platforms here. There's 2 different audiences. Maybe both of them should listen to it. I'm sorry, what? I cut the rope. Oh, yeah. Wait, isn't that's the one with, like, the little bug and the candy, right? Yeah, that guy. I never really... Wait, where's my water? What was Hill Climb Racing again? I can't remember that one. Oh, that one! Yeah, I remember what it was. I remember that one before, like, all the updates came in. Yeah. Here's the thing, I said updates and immediately I thought you were gonna say, there was no updates to it, it's always been that way. Because I thought that I was being delusional and that there weren't any updates. Yeah. Yeah, here's the thing, like, on one hand, like, when you like, if you make a game... Yeah, go ahead. I'm more of just driving around. Oh, okay. Yeah, because here's the thing, okay, if you make a game, on one hand, you want it to be popular, because you want other people to, like the game that you have made, like you want them to like your creation. But on the other hand, you don't want it to get so popular enough that you end up like having to put updates to it, and then all of a sudden, because then, like, if you put updates to it, that's fine to make the game more playable or something like that, because there's certain things that you want to optimize, right? But then there's a certain point where you put in enough updates to the point where it's just not the same game as it was before. Yeah, because a lot of those games end up like this ship of Theseus, where like you put it in. Yes, I'm using the ship of Theseus in this. You put it. Okay. I'm gonna use it by using this example. In a lot of games it just become like the ship of Theseus, where they are like, you know what, and, I'm gonna take out some stuff because I don't think people like this. I'm just gonna put in some stuff because I think people like it more. And you keep repeating this action by taking out the original, putting it and replacing it with something, with a new version of it, over and over again, to the point where it's not even the same game anymore. If you get, yeah. Yeah, that one. I remember what you said in your video when you said that, when like the video where you made like all those like clips from when you used to play it a lot more. And you were like, nowadays you just have to be like something along, I'm not going to say the exact quote because I don't know the exact quote, but you said something along the lines of, you got to be cracked out of your mind playing it every single day since you were born. Yeah, wait, why do you do that? Because bots just make the game like either not playable or just horrible. Yeah. You wanna know what there should be? There should be... Wasn't there... Did what...
Oh my God, are you blind?
You wanna know something? Honestly, I think that it's certain games, like not PUBG, Fortnite, should have like manually, where if you get too good, you are forced to be put into a place where you will be humbled.
I'll bring it to you.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not even just that. It's not even just that. Like this, this actually happened to me like one time. I don't even remember which game this was, but it was like, hey, you won one time. You're really good. Let's go put you with someone who wins all the fucking time. Let's put you up against them. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. You want, actually, that reminds me, you mentioned sweaters at one point, right? Wasn't No, okay, okay. Yeah, tryhards. You mentioned that at one point, yeah. Wasn't there a point where they were actually okay and nowadays they're just like, oh, it's this guy again. Yeah.
You calling for some wheels? I'm Johnny on the spot. I'll hook you up. It's on the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Like they get no, and not even just that. People like you're a new player and you'll get kicked from the match because by like the server owner or some shit like that because you're not good at the game, even though it's like your first time playing the game. Yeah. Yeah. Here's the thing, I have TF2, but I only have like, I need to buy some stuff. Because, as you said, yeah. Yeah. So I just have to like buy any item. Yeah. 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 All right. Yeah. 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 Yes. I am. I'm with you. You just been talking to me while I'm just... No, my God, it turns out that he's just been driving to his destination. I'm just still back at where you thought that you picked me up. No, that's why I haven't really been talking as much as I usually do because I'm into this conversation as well. Uh-huh. Yes. Yeah. Oh, okay.
This is a civilian hangar owner. He has access to the base.
Yeah. There are certain things that like are made like by like the developers to make it look good, but in retrospect it's horrible. Like a good example of this isn't even a good example of this is actually Discord. Because like before before they were like, oh yeah, the maximum amount of storage that you can send at a time is 25 gigabytes at a time. And then at one point they're like, hey, we're updating Discord. Now you guys don't have to spend 25 gigabytes. Now it's 10. Like as if that was better. I'm not joking. Like as if that's better. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just standing out here face planted into the wall. My brother tried doing that, and he was like, hey, Sammy, come over here, play this game, it's hilarious. He didn't say it like that, but that's how I remember people telling me, suggesting stuff to me for some reason. He's like, come on in, play this, it's a really fun game. And I was like, okay, cool. 5 seconds into the game, every single time I like would come back in, it would I immediately would be like spawn killed. Which, honestly, I shouldn't really use that as a reason why I don't like it, but that has been my reason why I didn't like it for a long time, but I'm willing to give it another chance because of that. Like, there should be like a tutorial on how to play it. I'm like, wait, isn't that what you just said? Yeah. Yeah, I just... Yeah, okay, for all the audience out there, I do want to say this might be an outdated term now, but I'm still gonna say this. The phrase noob does not mean someone who's shit at the game. It means someone who is new to the game. Like a newbie, like a new player. That's what noob is short for. Newbie, new player, new person. A new guy, like that. Yeah, that's the thing. New players tend to be shit, but that's because they're new. They don't know what's going on. They don't know how to play. Unless you did your research and saw people play it before, you're not going to know how to play. I mean, I wouldn't personally, but I have seen people play it. Do that. Yeah. Yeah, but that's the thing. That's why I said I don't think this is a relevant term anymore. Because of that specific thing, because now people will just say, oh, you're trash at the game now, instead of saying, oh, you're a noob, like people used to say. But nowadays it's just wait, I'll go get the other one. Yeah, I should have used my parachute at that point. Wait, what? Oh, it's over here. Yeah. Wait, did I say something? Okay, I got mine. Get in the helicopter. Why am I hearing a bunch of, like, whistling? Oh, found it. Found the reason. Hold on. Yeah, I didn't. Sorry, my bad. I didn't realize that you were about to start taking off right then and there. Also, this is a question, like, you asked this question before, but this is a question even I ask myself. Why can't we have these types of conversations, like, all the time? And because most of the time when, like when two of us are around, it's, all right. Or Mike. Yeah. I like how like most of my stuff is like I don't like politics or anything, but then immediately like 5 minutes later I turn around and I'm like, so here's some political stuff. I don't like politics or anything 5 minutes later, so this is why this one should win and this one shouldn't. Yeah. He's like, what do you mean? Like, he has handkerchief and puts it to the forehead. It's like, what do you mean? Pat's forehead with a handkerchief. I'm. Bye, motherfuckers. I'm gonna be completely okay. Look. Okay. Let me explain myself. I was. My entire plan was. I want to explain myself on that because I want to say my entire plan was I'm gonna go extremely close as I can and then pull my parachute. However, for some reason, it wouldn't let me pull my parachute until I was almost at the ground. Wait, how full is yours? I'm not saying that it's completely full. I just want to know how full, how much. Oh, okay. Because at this point, I'm kind of just tempted to like ask the guy to be like, hey, can you just go and get the stuff for me?
You're fine, right?
Yeah, I did that like twice, but that's it. Yeah, which is another thing I still need to do.
Well, hey.
The only reason why I do is simply because... Okay. The only reason why I do care about them is simply because of the money. Like, it's not a lot of money in retrospect, but... Still. Okay. I was about to mock that voice with my own nerd voice.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's like there is no like, and also not to mention that there's also the entirety of like no one really like plays to have fun anymore. It's always like, oh, this person's just horrible. That's it. No, they don't deserve to play. Like, not I say no one. I say no one. Yet there's a. I mean I just mean like there's a lot of people that are just like, oh, you don't even deserve to play the game because you're so bad at it. And it's like I'm doing my fucking best here. Literally any toxic community. Yeah. Yeah. I almost just flew in. Oh, come on, why? Yeah. There is no way I'm gonna be able to get this shit. Fuck! Man down. Well, I'm on the mountain, so there's that. I honestly thought that you were gonna be like, I'm hearing a lot of problems, but not a lot of solutions. Yeah, I love the brand of... Have you guys ever tried? Don't worry, nobody heard it, not even me. My guy's got a monkey in his room. I'm not gonna say anything. No! 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 Yes, please, please. There's no way I'm just gonna make it down the... You know what? I'm just gonna try and go down the mountain. The man, the myth, the legend. The Dusty Plopper. Yeah. Yes, I do remember Planes. Yeah, I watched a bit of it, but I didn't watch the entire thing. Not really. Because to me all it was just the movie Cars, but just in blind form. Because it followed the same... It was just another vehicle racing movie. Yes. You know, at this point, what's the difference? Oh, hey, a cat. That's not a cat. Yeah, the guy who made the movie got paid a whole fucking lot of money just to name a movie Cars. Like, there's a guy who gets paid a whole lot of money just for naming movies. So, like, he got paid a lot of money for naming Cars. And it's like, what comes out? Sir, we need your help. We're making a sequel to the first Cars movie. What should we call it? Cars 2. Yeah. Okay, here's the thing. I'll agree with you. I agree with you. I just want to say, yes, the main protagonist was Tomato. I understand. I'm gonna agree with you. I just want to say that I want to say the villain. What do you think of him? Or was it just not good as well? No, he was the guy. He was like the electric car guy. The guy who was like, yeah, I'm just gonna commit mass murder. Yeah. I'm not. Come after me. Okay, I'm kidding. It's like, I'm not joking. Nah, come after me. You? I'm not with this guy. I don't even know him. He and I just met one day. He found me off the street. No, but there was one funny scene from that movie that I honestly liked, and that's when he goes over and he just takes a big lick of wasabi. That is it, because he thought it was just that was what I liked. That was what made me laugh hysterically when I first saw it, because I don't know if you noticed, I was a kid at the time, and it made me laugh a lot. Loser, yeah. But it's like, oh wait, what's free here? Oh, that pistachio ice cream looks good. Yeah. Okay, I finally made it to a road. I made it to a road. I don't think so. You want to just do like just our car, the car, it's all of both of our heists. I'm having a stroke, okay? Just to have all of our heists. Hey, I'm making fun of myself. Yeah, we can do your heist and then my heist. We did your clocking bell, but we didn't do mine. We didn't. I don't think we did. I don't think we did. We only did Mike's. What's it called? Diamond Casino. Yeah. You know what? Actually, we don't even need to do the casinos. You want to just like sell all the stuff that we have in our businesses, except. Okay. Okay. I'll try this cargo and see how I feel. Gets it done. Yeah, I'm tired. Hi. Huh, why is there helicopters after you? Huh, I wonder why. I swear I didn't do it, officer. Yeah, I'll check my what's it called? What? Yeah. 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 Okay. Okay, I might stay on here a little longer just because just so I can do like an acid run. But that'll be it. Okay, see you later. Bye. Here's the thing, I'm only gonna stay on here a little bit longer. I won't be on here much longer. Man, because I'm not gonna be on here much longer, mainly because I have work tomorrow. I work tomorrow morning. However, I don't have it at night, so. You know, I was really hoping that, here's the thing. I understand everyone has something. I was honestly really hoping that we would do our big payday today. I was really hoping that because every time it's just hey, we're ready to do this, and then we do some, and then we're like, okay, we're all here, great. Either, hey, I'm ready to do this, okay, great, and then someone's not able to join, or hey, I'm ready to do this, okay, great. Hey, should we do something first? Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, let's do this first. And then all of a sudden, we don't do it afterwards. We ended up just doing that one thing that we're like, we should do this first. So right now, what's gonna happen is I'm just gonna go and do like an acid run. I'm gonna call up Mutt. First things first is I'm going to call up Mutt, see what well, actually we're gonna go to him. We're gonna see how much supplies that we can do. And then how much supplies that we have left. I'm gonna call him up, ask him to do stuff. Or I'm just gonna go to him and be like, yeah, can we do stuff? Actually, let's go to the casino right now and just. I'm not gonna play it tomorrow though. I'm most likely gonna play Project Zomboid. Most likely I'm going to be playing Project Zomboid. You know, I don't go here enough. Yep. Come on. There we go. Well, I don't play Project Zomboid enough. I need to do that. Or maybe I can play 7 Days to Die. That's another thing. Satisfactory, like, I just got back into that, but honestly, I really think that I got enough of it by just playing that one. I need to find a silencer for that. Wait, no, let me in. Okay. You know, I'm glad that I did that, did all that stuff with, like, the penthouse thing where you, go and work with the manager. Oh, that was a nice car. I like, that looks nice. Anyway, I'm glad that I did it because now that I have the security intel, I can now see the cameras. Okay. W and then S. Oh my god, come on. Anything but close. Or discount, because discount is horrible. Alright. Wait, do I have any chips on me? Because if I do, I wouldn't like to, I have no chips on me. I just realized. Okay. Alright, let's go. By the way, I've been, how long have I been going on here? I've been going for 43 minutes. Not very long, so.
This country is just giving away its money to other countries. You gotta start buying American.
Okay.
Well, no, I mean, not your cell phone. Okay, fine. I guess not your car either. Fine, Mom. Just make sure to buy a ton of soda, okay? Lots and lots of soda. I'll talk to you later.
I don't know what that guy's conversation was. I would like to know. But anyway, let's go over to if I take one of these cars and Simeon's like, yeah, bring this over to me. That'll be quite nice. Come on. Well, I guess I'm bringing this over to Simeon. $20,000 for this car? Yeah, sure, I'll take that. Because here's the thing, I'm more of just doing petty cash. I'm just doing petty cash. Well, fuck, I thought that they would not notice me, but it turns out that they do notice me. This ain't Yandere Simulator where I'm trying to get people to notice me. In fact, I don't want people to notice me. Here we go.
What can the best mechanic in LS do for you?
Fix this car.
Should be running better than ever.
Also, it doesn't matter. All I need to do is just take this to Simeon. Doesn't matter if I crash this or not. Of course, I'm still going to try and do better, but... Anyway, I don't get an entire thing. I was doing like an entire like philosophical thing before, but now I think I'm just too tired to do really anything. Okay, actually, there is something I do want to talk about though. HOA, the homeowners association thing. A lot of people think that they're horrible because they have all these terms and conditions, all that stuff, because it's all like, oh, you're invading on my rights to do this. Why are you telling me I can't? Well, I actually had a conversation with my dad at one point, and he was like, there's a lot of people don't like that. They think that they're being like oppressed or something like that, and people are just invading on the rights. But here's the thing: yes, you do have rights, but when you joins that neighborhood and signs the agreement on the homeowners association, you signed an agreement. You agreed to their terms. Yes, you have rights, but you agreed to their terms. So you need to. So while yes, you may have rights, you still have to follow. When you agree to something, you follow the person's terms when you agree to them.
What a beauty.
You don't like agree to them and then be like, oh, what? I have to follow a rule that I agreed to follow? Oh, this person's horrible. You don't do that. You don't do that. No, you just no. When you agree to something, expect to have to follow an agreement. Don't be like, oh no, I didn't agree to this. Yes, you did. You read the contract, right? Yes. Then you did. You did something. Then you did agree to it. But there are certain things where honestly I really think that like there's some things that where with people in power like that, there's certain people that shouldn't be in power like that, because there are certain people. Hey Glitch, how you doing? Hey, I'm not gonna be on here much longer unless you wanna hop on and do something. No. Unless you wanna do something, Glitch. But there's certain people that just shouldn't be in power like that, because like there are certain people that are in like the smallest form of power will immediately go to their head. Like the smallest form of power will immediately go to their head, and they will immediately start acting like they own you.
I'll bring it to you.
Which now I'm actually pretty tired. Okay, that makes sense. but honestly, like, as I said, you still agree to like their terms and conditions, but then there are certain people that the moment they get any like the smallest little ounce of power, immediately start acting like they own everything. Yeah, like for example, they're like if like if they say you can't have that on your front lawn because it's not a sightly thing to look at, then okay, that makes sense. You take that thing down, even if it's just as simple as like your own country's flag. Even if it's as simple as that, that makes sense because they want to keep everything looking nice. They want to keep everything looking the way they want to look. However, if they start coming at you because your car does not look good, then that's not something that they should be doing. However, you can't really fight them on this because, well, you agreed to their terms and conditions. But another thing is that, like, if you have a flag, and like even if it's your own home countries, like for example, let's say that you're from the Netherlands. Let's say you're from the Netherlands, okay? And you have the Dutch flag in your front yard. They can tell you to take it down because it's not a sightly thing to look at. Okay, that makes sense. Even if it's an American flag, oh, they can tell you to take it down because it's not a sightly thing to look at. Okay, that makes sense. Because, well, it's well, you signed to their terms and conditions. However, if you have those same exact flags inside the comfort of your own home, where people can't see it, but then someone from the HOA comes in, is invited to your house at one point, and they see it in there, and they come and tell you with a complaint and a fee. Oh no, fuck, what's going on? What's going on? Oh, wait, what's going on? What? Wait, oh no. It says this is warning, but well, I can't see shit now.
Hey.
What's going on? Are we good? Are we good? Why is... Hold on. Okay, it says yes, but let me just get off of that. Let's go on to Wi-Fi. Maybe that will work. No, it's not. Okay, well... Why is that not work? Why is it not working? Because I'm using my phone to Okay, everything's fine now. Everything's fine now. Well, but yeah, but if they start saying, but anyway, if they come into your own home, come into your house, and then they send you a fee, a fine, like a fee for for having something unsightly, but it's in the comfort of your own home, and people cannot see it from the outside. Immediately, you might want to kick that person off the homeowners association, because if they come at you saying, if they come into your house and tell you how to decorate your own house, your own property, your own house, then that's not really something that you want. That's not something that that's not something someone should say who's on the HOA. That should be something that like that's something like a psychopath would be saying, or something a narcissist would be saying, like a long time ago. And honestly, here's the thing: this sounds fake. Here, and if you think it's fake, then take it out with my dad, because he's the one who told me this story. Yeah, about how there used to be like this comedian or something on the news a while ago that had this like his own show, and he and what he would do was, oh, I forgot to check this thing. Shit. What he would do is he would like have people call in, and Okay, take the okay, so good. It's to like the parking garage. And this one caller came in and she had the story about how she was arrested for or something like that for breaking into someone's house. And when the guy running the show said, "Why did you break into their house?" She said, "Oh, because they had this ugly looking couch that did not match the curtains." Was the couch was it anywhere to be seen from outside? No, but I saw them buy it and I saw them take it into the house. So you broke into someone's house and stole their couch. It's like, well, no, I didn't steal. I just made everything better. And the guy was trying to explain, to this woman how by law she broke in and stole something from them, and she just honestly could not see why she was in the wrong and why she was arrested for it, because to her, how she saw it was she was saving these people from a horrible fashion decision. Meanwhile, how everyone else sees it is you broke into this person's house and stole from them. You came into someone's house uninvited and told them how to arrange their furniture. That's not something you do. You don't come into someone's home uninvited and tell them how to arrange their furniture. No, you just keep your mouth shut and just keep with what you got. All right? But honestly, that sounds like a fake story, but here's the thing. There are people that are like this. There's a lot of times when I'll mention something and say that there are people that are like this, and other people will be like, there's just no way people are like that. Here's the thing. I thought the same exact thing until I met someone who was like that. Wait, what? Oh no! There. Where I'll say, yeah, there are people like this, and then someone will say, there's no way there are people like that. Yes, there are. A lot of times, yes, there are. You think that they're not until the day where you finally have to meet someone exactly like that. Thing is, I never really met the person. I just witnessed them be like that. I was like, what? Why are you like this? I used to listen to like a lot of like entitled people like stories like from Reddit a long time ago. And I used to think, wow, these stories have got to be fake. There's no way people are like that. And then one day I got fired because of a person who was like that. There are people out there that honestly will not believe that their own child can do wrong. Granted, in this scenario, the child wasn't the one that was in the wrong here. Really, the only person that was in the wrong here was the parents, because he's the one who fucking overreacted because he can't stand his... Because I understand when a parent thinks that, oh, their child got hurt, so therefore they must protect them. I get that. But if they scrape their leg... But if a child scrapes his leg... That's not a signal for everyone to drop every fucking thing that they're doing and go and tend to that child. No. That's like, if your child scrapes their leg or gets a small little cut, that's not something that like you shouldn't, like, everyone should drop anything drop whatever they're doing. People out of my way. A lot of the stories that I tell you actually come from like those entitled people stories on Reddit. A long time, and the thing is, here's the thing, people are gonna be like, oh, so those stories were fake? Here's the thing, I never mentioned that those stories were real. I'm just reciting some stories that I heard from a long time ago. And whether or not these stories are fake, it really shows kind of in perspective of, like, how people can be sometimes. And a lot of these times, as I said, people will look at it and be like, there's no way that people can be that bad. Yes, they can. Most of the time, sometimes even worse. Sometimes even worse, but that's just how the world is. A lot of times there's not really much you can do about it, because those are the types of people that no matter how much you try and show them they're in the wrong, they will never believe that they're in the wrong. A lot of times they'll never believe that they're in the wrong. Which is another infuriating thing, is when someone just refuses to be wrong. When someone just flat out refuses to be wrong, they just always think they're right, no matter what. Which oftentimes this can range from somewhere between them just being like, no, 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 I don't care, no, I'm right, somewhere between there, which is the least annoying one, to the I'd rather people around me die than for me to be wrong type person. I can never prove that I'm wrong. No. It can range between those two. Which honestly, those people are the people who refuse to be wrong are usually very annoying. All right, they're one of the top annoying people, because these people will get you in, will always, like, they refuse to be wrong. They think that they're so superior that they will purposefully get you into an argument just to prove the superiority. But then if you they are somehow proved wrong, even if it's in the most stupid way possible, they are gonna throw an entire, it doesn't matter how old they are, they're gonna throw a fit. They're gonna throw a fit, saying how they shouldn't have lost the argument. The person that they were arguing with should have lost the argument. Which honestly, those types of arguments where the person they lose, honestly, I love. Now granted, I'm not saying that I'm ever gonna win, but I love seeing that, because they're the ones who initiated the argument and then proceed to lose. You initiate a fight and then proceed to lose a fight. Then for some reason that's just satisfying to me, because you think you're gonna win. You have the confidence of something that's not. You have like way too much confidence, and you end up and you're like way too cocky on it, to the point where you start like mocking the person who you're up against, and then you just slowly realize the what's called the reality of the situation around you. Like sometimes like watching people slowly realize the reality, sometimes to me is really satisfying. It's satisfying to me, because like they were so like snarky, they were so like cocky about it, they were so confident, to the point where everything just crumbles around the moment they realize that they're in the wrong. Like, call me an asshole for that, but there's just something satisfying about when someone like that starts to lose. A lot of times I'm on the thing of like, I'm on the end of, I don't have to win, you just have to lose type stuff. Like, usually a lot of times I don't care if I win. What I will care about is if someone who is like a tryhard, they're desperately trying to win to the point where they're like cheating at something. At that point, I'm thinking to myself, I don't need to win. I don't need to win. I just need to beat them. I just need to be better than them. I don't need to win. They just need to lose. That stuff. Like, there's some times where I honestly just think that. And sometimes I don't need to win, I just need you to lose type stuff. actually works in some people's favors, because there's stuff where it's like, oh yeah, I'll make a bet with you on this. If I win, this happens, but if you win, this happens. And you think, oh no, if I lose, if they win, then I'm gonna have a loss here. But if you really think about it, a lot of times in those like wagers, in those bets, technically you don't lose anything. If you lose, you technically don't really lose anything if they fail as well. That's another thing. Because a lot of times people will not understand that, where it's like, oh, well, I lost, I guess that they get it. But then I'm like, but that wasn't the point. The point was you lost, but so did they. So neither of you really lose anything, really gain anything, nor do you lose anything from the other person. You don't gain anything from the other person. You don't really have the loss of yourself. The only thing that you have the loss of is the competition.
All right, it'll cost us, but I have plenty of friends with extra chemicals laying around.
Okay, well, I did the...
Wow! And you made great time on a bike. You were on the yayo, right?
There's but yeah, there's a lot of those wagers. Also, I just realized that I went from talking about like the homeowners association type bullshit to like, I don't have to win, you just have to lose. I want to find out, like, you know what, anyone who is watching the stream in the future, I should also make this a short, which is not going to come out until like a lot later in the future. But but my question to people on here is, what is your biggest I don't have to win, you just have to lose moment that you've ever had? What's the biggest, what's a moment like that you've had? And have you ever, the question is, have you ever had a I don't have to win, you just have to lose moment? And if you did, what was it? What happened? You can put, like, in comment section, it could be like an entire thesis, if you want. Okay, let's
Still here, friend.
you know what? I'm gonna do, how long have we been going? I'm gonna do one more thing. How about that? Okay, let's do one more thing. And just check to see how much money I currently got. Nothing much. But let's go and source some supplies. Because while yes, I did ask him to get some supplies for us. Here's the thing: the amount of time it's gonna take for me to go and get the supplies, he's gonna call me up and be like, "Hey, I got the supplies you were asking for," and so this is gonna be filled up. And I just sped everything up, so we're good. But by the time I get back, he's gonna be using up some of that supplies. So he's gonna be used up some of the supplies. So I'm gonna go and source supplies is unavailable while an order is already. Fuck. Okay, you know what? That's gonna be it for this episode. So thank you guys for watching. Shows those people, recommend this channel to other people. Hopefully I can come back in tomorrow with another philosophical thing. But thank you guys for watching. Shows other people, recommend this to other people. Join Discord, link is in the description. Join my Twitch, link is also in the description. For Twitch, I need to put my Discord in the description, but my YouTube is in the description. So thank you guys for watching, and that's gonna be it. Bye.